despite being the shortest team in the league. That's right, they average 6'5" as the height for the entire roster when you combine and average out all the heights of all the players. Warriors also first in offensive rebounding and fifth in second chance points. Kevon Looney has made rebounding his life's mission. He takes it personally and talks about the importance of rebounding and why, especially for the Warriors, they've got to dominate on the glass.
That's something that in training camp we really focused on. Being a very rebounding team and crashing the glass as much as possible. We got the athletes and the rebounds to do that. We got such great shooters, and getting them extra possessions is going to make us that much more dangerous.
Warriors and the Miami Heat coming up at 7 o'clock. Reporting from Chase Center, Matt Pittman, KCBS.
KCBS Sports Now sponsored by the Bay Area Chevy Dealers. Visit BayAreaChevroletDealers.com.
This is the Eye in the Sky Traffic Wash, brought to you by Ring Central. This is Neil, your eye on traffic, and today looks like a doozy. You want my advice? Ditch the commute and connect on Ring Central. They put call, meet, and message all in one app, so you can connect with anyone, anytime. I'm hearing from Chet in the studio. You're breaking up, Chet. Looks like you should have called on Ring Central.
Ring Central. Intelligent communications you can trust.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-514-1026. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-514-1026 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security checks. Call 800-514-1026 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-514-1026. Hi, I'm Kim Bessel, KCBS Traffic. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the station, the creatures were stirring. News takes no vacation. Our anchors, reporters, a team that's the best. We're 24/7 to keep you abreast of news, traffic, weather, of business, and sports. We cover the region with timely reports better than anyone. That's no baloney. So cheers from the station that won a Marconi.
That gives me goosebumps every time I hear it. Kim Bessel joins us with an update on the situation in Berkeley. Really bad. She comes to the rescue.
Yes, in fact, westbound 80 Berkeley, this backup is sticking out like a sore thumb on our traffic map as things really settle down this evening in the Bay Area. We've got a number of emergency crews now on the scene of this crash. Westbound side of Interstate 80 before University Avenue. We've got 3 cars involved, and the 3 left lanes are still blocked by the emergency vehicles and the cars involved in this crash. So let me look a little closer here. It's backed up into Albany now as you merge on to westbound 80 from 580 bumper to bumper. So if your destination is San Francisco heading to the Bay Bridge, you'll be happy to hear no more delays on the Bay Bridge at all. It's really cleared out. A little slow westbound 80, we had a fender bender on the Skyway in San Francisco. 9th Street lanes have been reopened there, so just some residual flowing and no delays if you're headed into Oakland on the lower deck for your ride into Oakland. Freeways, nothing going on there. Your next update is 6:58 on the traffic meter, KCBS.
Mancini's Sleep World 6-day forecast. Visit Mancini's Sleep World during our year-end clearance event or visit sleepworld.com. We have a lot going on today weather-wise. With those high waves, that high surf warning, it's going to expire at 3 tomorrow morning. But the coastal flood advisory has been extended until 2 tomorrow afternoon, all up and down the Bay shoreline. A combination of high surf and potential storm surge. We've got some more rain coming in tomorrow. It's going to be a more significant system than we saw earlier this week. It's going to hit around midday with some showers lingering, maybe even a chance of thunder showers lingering into Saturday morning. But then we're going to turn dry, partly cloudy, kind of coolish for Sunday, New Year's Eve, and for Monday, New Year's Day. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. Karishma Patadia at the KCBS Editor's Desk, and Brad has more news now.
Patty, as the countdown to New Year's begins, it's a good time of year to start thinking of resolutions. Sometimes those resolutions include fixing bad habits behind the wheel. KCBS's Shannon Golden tells us about a recent report that suggests drivers are getting more brazen when it comes to risky behavior.
AAA's latest Traffic Safety Culture Index looked at the traffic patterns from 2022 and found that especially since the pandemic, people's driving behaviors have gotten riskier.
There used to be sort of I might get caught if I drive too fast. Now there seems to be a belief that speeding is not necessarily a bad thing.
That's John Trainer, spokesperson for AAA Northern California, who says that more than 22% of drivers admit to speeding 15 miles per hour over the speed limit on the highway, and nearly half would do it even if there was a chance of being pulled over. I asked one driver, Toby, about the stats.
Californians are crazy drivers. If you've been on the 101, like going down to anywhere south of here.
Trainer says that 1 in 5 drivers drove distracted and aggressively, like texting or running red lights, and most respondents acknowledged the dangers of driving under the influence, but over 7 in 10 admitted to doing it.
Get a designated driver. Use a rideshare service. Opt for public transportation if you're going out and celebrating especially the New Year's Eve holiday.
In San Francisco, I'm Shannon Golden, KCBS.
Well, there's some potentially very good news for children suffering from food allergies. Here's reporter Chris Seaton.
An existing asthma treatment called omalizumab is showing promise for reducing food allergies in children and is now one step closer to approval.
It's used currently, been in the market since 2003, and it's used to treat allergy-induced asthma and other conditions. So we have a good safety profile on it, and we've known about it for a long time. It's now being tested in children with multiple food allergies.
Dr. Rishma Chand is a pediatric ICU physician at Dignity Health Northridge Hospital.
It sounds very promising. I am very excited. I also have personal experience now. This child has food allergies, so this is something that we have been waiting for a long time.
If approved, the treatment would be the first medicine to reduce allergic reactions to multiple foods following accidental exposure by children. Chris Seaton's KCBS. If you are thinking of starting a new diet heading into the new year, make sure you do your research. CBS correspondent Michael George has more on new findings in the low-carb diet.
A low-carb diet can succeed or fail based on the quality of the food you eat. That's the findings of a new study published in JAMA Network Open. Researchers in Boston found low-carb dieters who ate more plant-based protein and healthy fats had much more success staving off weight gain than those who ate animal-based protein and fat.
A judge in New York has ruled that Alibaba must face a lawsuit by a U.S. toy maker, alleging that the Chinese e-commerce giant online platforms are used to sell counterfeit squishmallows. A judge in New York refused Alibaba's request to dismiss the case filed by Kelly Toy Holdings, which makes the popular plush toys. Kelly Toys is owned by Jazzwares, a toy company that is controlled by billionaire Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway.
Well, the mortgage rates are the lowest in months, as we hear from Larry Kosky.
If buying a home is on your 2024 to-do list, here's some good news. Freddie Mac's average for 30-year fixed-rate mortgages is down for a 9th straight week, 6.61%. That's the lowest since May. Low inventory and high prices are keeping a stranglehold on home resales. An industry group says pending home sales, a measure of purchase contract signings, remained at an all-time low last month. The week between Christmas and New Year's is usually quiet on Wall Street, and this week has lived up to that reputation. Stocks closed slightly higher. Dow Industrials rose 54. The S&P 500 added 2 points. The Nasdaq fell 4. A federal judge has ruled that China's Alibaba must face a lawsuit brought by Kelly Toys over counterfeit Squishmallow plush toys sold on its e-commerce site. The suit says the toys continued to be sold despite Kelly's demand that they be stopped. Larry Kosky, Bloomberg Business for KCBS.
This portion of the News Watch is sponsored by Cars for Kids. Old car giving you problems? Why not donate it? Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS today.
Let's face it, eating healthy can be somewhat unhealthy on your bank account, but not at your local grocery outlet. Here we have hundreds of items we like to call NOSH. Natural, organic, specialty, and healthy. Look for the NOSH sign and you'll find amazing deals on gluten-free, all-natural, and all-organic foods. You'll find great deals on plant-based foods as well. Stop by your neighborhood grocery outlet today and get your health and bank account back on the right track.
Anyone Anyone with a license to practice law can represent you when you've been injured.
Any lawyer can call the insurance company and try to resolve your case.
But if the insurance company says, go fly a kite, not every lawyer is willing to take your case to court.
The worst thing is when the insurance company decides that it's cheaper to wear you down than it is to pay you the amount they owe you.
So they just keep throwing lawyers at you, gambling that your law firm won't be willing to cover the expense of a long, protracted fight.
At Habit Law, we believe that a personal injury lawyer should take care of every client like they were a member of their own family.
That's one of the things we do, and we do it very well.
That's why we don't back away when insurance companies dare us to match them dollar for dollar.
We believe in you. We believe in your case, and we believe we can win.
Call Habit Law at 1-800-INJURE.
When you talk with Habit Law, your day gets a whole lot better.
Tax season is coming up, and you can help make it less taxing for others. United Way Bay Area's free tax help program is looking for volunteers. Become an IRS certified tax preparer and help our neighbors in need file taxes accurately, claiming the tax credits that help them make ends meet. Learn a new skill and help us build a better Bay Area. No experience necessary. Bilingual volunteers are needed. To sign up, visit uwba.org/tax volunteer. That's uwba.org/tax volunteer.
Tests are a necessary part of life. They evaluate our ability to handle the things life throws at us. Our floors go through tests, too. Pets, kids, spills, scratches, you name it, our floors deal with it. That's where Life-Proof flooring comes in. Available in a wide variety of colors and styles for all areas of your home. Whether it's premium pet-proof carpet, waterproof, scratch-resistant vinyl plank, or even outdoor turf. All Life-Proof flooring is designed to endure life's toughest tests. Available at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
We have traffic and weather together on the 8th, and we're checking the driver on the Bay Area, and we're all about Berkeley this time around with Kim.
Yes, we are. It's really jammed up westbound and a little bit eastbound approaching University Avenue because of this crash. Just before University on the westbound side, 3 left lanes still blocked. The traffic crawling out of Albany, coming down from Richmond on encounter the backup as well. I do want to take the Chilton Autobody collision cam on a little trip to downtown San Jose because we spotted some congestion along 87, mainly northbound, and 280 merging on 87. We checked the town as well. Christmas in the Park is still ongoing through January 1st, and the Sharks are at home tonight. I also see a lot of brake lights on Santa Clara Street around SAP Center, so that explains the heavy traffic there. That backup on Highway 17, northbound approaching Highway 9, all gone, all clear, looks great. Next update at 7:08 with Claire Beverly on the traffic leader, KCBS.
We've got some weather coming in terms of another rain system. It should be a little bit more robust than we had earlier this week. Should hit the Bay Area around midday with rain heavy at times, showers lingering into Saturday morning. Traffic and weather together on KCBS. Coming up,
I'm David Welch in Capitola, where many here are coming out to watch some impressive waves.
I'm Raquel Maria Dillon in West Oakland, where commuters are queuing up for a brand new saloon-style stairgate. Will they foil the turnstile jumpers?
And Maine removes former President Trump from the Republican primary ballot.
good evening. I'm Patty Rising, and I'm with Burkhart.
When you need to know, KCBS AM, KFRC FM, and HD1, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, and Odyssey Station.
7 o'clock.
CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. The state of Maine has blocked former President Donald Trump from its Republican presidential primary. CBS's Linda Kenyon has the story.
Ruling cites the former president's involvement in the January 2021 uprising at the Capitol and the 14th Amendment that bans those who engaged in insurrection from running for office. The Trump campaign says it will appeal. And CBS News election law contributor David Becker says this will likely end up in the Supreme Court.
Now we've seen 2 states disqualify Donald Trump from the Republican primary presidential ballot for having engaged in an insurrection.
The other state is Colorado. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
Earlier today, Colorado's Secretary of State announced that Trump will appear on the ballot there when certification occurs on January 5th, unless the U.S. Supreme Court declines to take the case or otherwise affirms the Colorado Supreme Court ruling.
Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley is responding to the backlash following her comments at a New Hampshire town hall yesterday about the cause of the Civil War. She did not mention slavery. Today she's responding.
Yes, you can acknowledge a point in history. What do you do with that point in history? You got to make sure the lessons constantly go forward so that we never see it again.
Haley's comment about slavery touched off a political firestorm of criticism with fellow GOP presidential contenders, including Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump, saying that she's, quote, not a candidate ready for prime time. The State Department says talks between Mexican and U.S. officials on securing Mexico's help in stemming record-high migration to the U.S. were productive, but the sides have more to do. CBS's Adrian Bard says the volume of asylum seekers is putting renewed urgency on the crisis.
The urgency is the number of people, migrants, that are crossing first through Mexico's southern border and then gradually making their way up to the U.S.-Mexico border. Those are numbers that we've never seen before.
A lot of people are hitting the roads, whether it's returning from Christmas gatherings or heading out for a New Year's celebration, or in Florida going on vacation. AAA's Mark Jenkins recommends
heavy traffic, especially near the attractions, airports, and shopping centers. The busiest times on the roads, that's going to be the mid-afternoon to early evening hours. So the best advice would be to leave early in the morning or later in the evening after dinner.
Cher asks a court to give her conservatorship over her adult son, Elijah Blue Allman. She says the 47-year-old struggles with mental health issues and addiction have left him unable to manage his assets. Allman tells the Associated Press that he is of sound mind and body. U.S. applications for jobless benefits rise, but the labor market remains solid. This is CBS News.
Make the hiring process work for you. With Indeed's end-to-end hiring solution, you can attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. Start at Indeed.com/credits.
It is 7:03 at the Bay Area's news station, KCBS. It's going to be cloudy tonight with some lingering showers, and we have another system bringing more rain and winds tomorrow. Good evening, I'm Ryan Noble. Here's what's happening. The seaside town of Capitola got pounded during today's storm, reminding many living up and down the coast that last year's destruction may become the new normal. As KCBS's David Welch reports from Capitola, the storm made for an impressive show.
Visitors and locals turned up in crowds to see Mother Nature on display, and at their peak, 30-foot waves didn't disappoint.
I mean, it's always pretty awe-inspiring to see that much energy moving around, you know?
From Capitola down to Santa Cruz, much of the coast was under flood warnings for much of the day. Some areas, including the small town of Papa Road Dunes, were briefly evacuated, which prompts some here to wonder if it's all part of a new normal.
Well, I mean, anyone who takes a business or builds there, you know that comes with the territory.
Many of the businesses in Capitola's village area were closed for much of the day. Streets were covered in water and shops did what they could to keep it from coming in. Further south, Pebble Beach closed its famous golf course because of flood warnings. At one point, ocean waves crashed into the resort's swimming pool. In Capitola, David Welch, KCBS.
Well, the National Weather Service says the 25 and 30-foot waves crashing into Bodega Bay are some of the biggest the area has seen in upwards of 15 years. KCBS's Mike DeWall reports it has a steady stream of people heading to the coast to take it in.
The parking lot at Bodega Head is overfull. Cars line the street, entire families coming out to see the true power of the ocean. From a safe distance, of course.
We love the ocean, and we saw that it was going to be this way.
They said, don't come out, the waves are too big, so we had to be here.
Linda and Tom, just aside, they caught a glimpse well away from danger. Nearby Dorn Beach is protected from the worst of the waves. It had surfers like Mike from Petaluma getting into the water. Conditions heat are less than ideal.
We don't want to highlight for sure, but it's definitely better than nothing. Better to get in the water than nothing at all.
For those who do come to the North Coast, Sonoma County Fire District Deputy Chief Steve Hersberg says to always consider the risks of your surroundings.
People will go out to sit on rocks to watch the big surf. All of a sudden, a big wave comes in and hits them.
Even when seas are calm, sneaker waves are a bit of a misnomer.
It's predictable. It's not sneaky in the sense. It's predictable. You should never turn your back on the ocean out here.
In Bodega Bay, Mike DeWall, KCBS.
Just ahead on KCBS.
On June 20th, the supporters of Mayor London Breed are angry over a rap video calling her a clown. Their call for unity.
Right now, it's time to check traffic and weather together. We're going to start with traffic and say good evening to Claire Beverly.
Hey, Brian, good evening. We're going to start in Berkeley, where we've got a big backup here. Crash happened in the westbound direction, heading from Albany into Berkeley. Before you get to University Avenue, 3 left lanes are blocked off with this accident. And then look at the Chilton Auto Body collision cams. It's got your drive on westbound 80 backed up from Central Avenue coming out of Albany and El Cerrito, but it's also backing up 580 eastbound